Okay, so a question on guilt. Guilt, the senses, the body, enjoying food. Now, I sort of see guilt as just, well, indulging in guilt or allowing guilt and sort of going guilt, poor me, poor me, how bad I am, how bad I've been, is narcissism. So it's just wallowing in self-centered thinking of myself. And it stops me from being connected to the infinite and being a channel of that. So it's not productive. And the guilt often comes from past lives or this life where it's like the punishing parent and or punishing God, and I should be guilty because I've done wrong. So it's just not helpful, and punishing God is not a real idea. That's just a projection onto God that God is punishing. So it's really the ego that's punishing. So the way I deal with guilt, one is to recognize, I don't label it. Guilt is just an energy. I just try and allow the energy of the sensations to be there and let go of the story. Like there's a story that I'm guilty, I indulged too much in food. Let those thoughts go. Don't pick them up, and just allow the energy to evaporate off. And so keep doing that. So the stack of guilt, which can be, due to many reasons, probably from accumulations from past lives, addictions, and repressions. So you just allow that to to off, and don't engage in the story, as that would be wallowing or indulging or self-centered narcissism, just thinking about myself. So you let that evaporate off. Um, the other thing you can do is just pray for a miracle for it to be revealed to you. What is the truth of that? I would imagine guilt often has past life associations, the guilt of maybe I was in a Christian monastery and there was guilt if I overindulged on the porridge in the kitchen and didn't leave any porridge for the other monks. So there'd be a sense of that's fat monk Sabbir, just being bad and just overindulging. So all of that. So for enlightenment, and if one is a Hawkins student, for the highest levels of enlightenment, one needs to transcend the experiencer. So the indulgence in guilt and stories of self-attack, I mean, and feeling remorseful. I mean, it's normal in my experience as you let go more and more of the pleasures of indulging the senses, which is the ego's form of addiction to creating dualities, then various things will become very heightened. It could be, for example, the sense of the food or the experience of the body as you're letting go of other addictions and other sensory inputs, then the last few remaining become more sort of sharp. That's to be expected. And you just work on those. Um, I've always known from my own experience that if you really want something to be meaningless, and it's not that hard. I mean, it is a lot of hard work, but it can be done. It's just the thing of like, could I make iPhones or computer games or things boring to me so I'm not interested any longer? Yes, I could. If I did enough cancellations of beliefs and felt out the energies with them and went into withdrawal, didn't act on them until they released, you can. And so you can do that same thing with guilt. You can also, sorry, with the praying for a miracle for it to will. If it's a past life thing, you can intuit it and then pray for forgiveness. I pray for forgiveness for one me who overindulged on food and made others suffer in this lifetime, and others, for example. If it's too much, oh yes, the body and vanity, and oh, how attractive I am, or how amazing my body is, or one gets very, very sort of identified with the body. So if that's the case, I can cancel my identification with the body. I can cancel my need to be hyper identified with the body or my vanity. You just keep canceling them. And if there's any withdrawals, um, like sensations in the body, like if you're hyper aware of the stomach or hyper aware of whatever it is, the arms or any body part, there just to stop labeling it and just allow it to be experienced out, just like an energy. And eventually the body disappears. Another way that I actually did to disappear the body was to do the observer. The observer was very enlightening. Once there was the awakening to the witnesser of the body, there was the recognition I'm not the body. I am that which is observing or witnessing. And therefore, it's recognized to be an object, which is not me. And then if I go to the detached witnesser of the witnesser, then the body disappears. And it was really fun. It's really fun. And even today, most of the time, I'm not aware of the body. And I don't want to be aware of it. It's quite a boring thing and it's very limiting. And it's not what I am. So I want to be free in the infinite essence. So you can, whether you use the observer, the cancellations of beliefs, allowing the energies to be felt and experienced out and going through withdrawal, doing the anti-karma prayer for what is intuited to be the karmic reason behind the guilt, whether it's with food or vanity or obsessive awareness around the body. So all of those can be released via the various mechanisms. And if you get stuck for various reasons, just pray to the Holy Spirit for the deeper meaning to be revealed to you around the guilt. So, but at the end of the day, I just feel these are all just stacks of energy. And there's some stories attached to them, karmic stories. You just need to either cancel the karmic stories, forgive the karmic stories, and just allow the energy to be experienced and waft off. Recognize that you only register that which you have projected meaning onto. So if you project meaning onto food, the taste, the senses, the body identification, then they keep showing up more intensely. So as you're willing to disidentify, cancel the meaning, the body is meaningless, food is meaningless, guilt is meaningless. It's just too boring to register. And you pray for a miracle to see all differently. Then, yeah, that starts to be transcended. Transcending means that you just keep doing all the practices until you don't get any more guilt, you don't identify with the body, you become bodiless, which is in fact your true infinite state. And you become guiltless because guilt is just a repressed energy of the ego. So you're not that, so you can release that. Okay, so I'll stop that.